Hey, my lovely friends, ready to learn more English with GTA? This is the therapy session where Michael seeks professional help.
Well, you've made it in the end.
Yeah.
Please, take a seat.
Hey, you mind if I don't, Doc?
No. Do as you like.
Yeah, thanks. Oh, man. Man. Man!
Okay, you can tell that he's not in a good mood. He is wound up. When you are wound up, you are frustrated. You are on edge. It's an adjective. We need to make sure that this word is pronounced correctly. It has an ow sound, so wound up.
You know what? Look. I'm just gonna take off. I'm not in the mood for this shit. This fucking bullshit.
As you wish, Michael.
Okay, so the therapist plays it cool. He is not affected by that comment. He is not fazed by it. When you're not fazed by a comment or someone else's behavior, you're not affected by it. But all of a sudden, Michael has a change of heart. When you have a change of heart, you decide to do something differently. You change your mind.
Can I ask you something, Doc? I mean, you're a wise, kind, know-it-all kind of guy.
Okay, so he says, you are a know-it-all. A know-it-all is a person who claims to be extremely knowledgeable, but you use that adjective in a disapproving way. It's kind of like an insult. And that's why he kind of chuckles. When you chuckle, you go,
Go ahead.
Do you believe in evil?
No. No, I don't. I'm a man of science. Evil is a construct made by people who wish to indulge childish fantasies.
Okay, let's talk about the noun construct. You are familiar with the verb, which is pronounced differently, by the way. The verb is construct, and that word means to make or build something. But the noun refers to an idea, a theory that is formulated to explain something. Usually, we use this word to talk about an idea which is not rooted in facts. It is not based on empirical evidence. So he says, I don't believe in evil. It's just a theory.
Or by people who wish to judge others. It all comes back to the father-mother syndrome, which is what we spent last year on.
Yeah, well, you obviously never met my old buddy.
So he implies that his old friend, his old buddy, is evil.
We call him Tony.
I thought he was called Trevor.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so the therapist calls his lie out or calls him out on that lie. When you call someone out, you point out that what they have done or said is wrong, or they have told a lie.
That's right. I forgot I told you about him. God.
No, don't worry. Everything you tell me is in strict confidence.
In strict confidence. So confidence in this expression is not related to one's ability to do something. When you share information in confidence, that information is not shared with other people. It's just between the two of them, between the therapist and the client. So in strict confidence.
Didn't you tell me that if I turned things over, started again, that the universe would find some way to forgive me? Wasn't that you?
And have you turned things over?
Have you turned things over? Another good phrase to learn here is to turn over a new leaf. And this means to completely change your life and begin to do things very differently, make potentially better choices. So the therapist is inquiring about his decisions as of late.
Well, no. I mean, not really. But that's not the point. I mean, I wanted to. That is the point.
What's been going on exactly, Michael?
I think you'll call this a bad relapse.
Okay, a bad relapse is when you go back to your old habits. You can also use the word relapse to talk about a medical condition that goes back to the way it was.
Relapse is a vital part of recovery.
Boy, where do I start? I went back into the business. That business. I gotta be honest with you, Doc. I mean, why am I paying you all this money if not to be honest? For once. It felt good. That government guy I told you about, he got wind of it.
Okay, the next expression of the lesson is to get wind of something. I love this phrase. When you get wind of something, you become aware of that information or that piece of data, usually by accident. So pronounce this one correctly. This one is wind. Now remember, the first one was wound. So he is wound up, and he tells the therapist that a government guy has gotten wind of something.
It's fine. Expected. Problem is, he's not the only one. He fucking found me, Doc. My old pal, Trevor. He's alive and he ain't going nowhere. This is bad, Doc. You gotta help me.
Honesty's an obstacle for you, Michael. Have you considered that transparency might be less painful than obfuscation?
Okay, that's a great sentence. Have you considered the possibility that being open and sharing things honestly, that is transparency, is better than hiding things? That expression is to prefer transparency over obfuscation. Obfuscation is a higher level word. Anyways, I hope you learned a word or two with the shrink, the therapist, and Michael in this video lesson. Catch you in the